Welcome to Zott Park, Chicopee, Massachusetts. You can hear the background music. It's the annual meeting between Bill Davis's Chicopee Comp Colts and Bob Galarno's Pacers, and we're getting ready for action. My name is Steve Jendryzik. Along with color will be Mike Thompson once again. And in a moment, we'll be bringing you action between the Pacers and the Colts, so stand by.
Peace of mind and no sleepless nights. Because at Chicopee Savings, all of your hard-earned money, $1, $2, $300,000 or more, is totally protected and insured. There's no limit. Many other banks wish they could do the same and pay such high rates. Chicopee Savings, one of the strongest, safest, and most secure banks in Massachusetts for over 145 years. And that's peace of mind. See us before another night passes.
Custom Electronics in downtown Chicopee. Expert sales and service for over 25 years. Custom can handle almost any repair job, from televisions and VCRs to microwave ovens. If you're looking for new equipment, you'll get variety, professional advice, and the security of knowing Custom Electronics services what it sells. Come see the latest in 8mm, VHS, and Super VHS camcorders. A wide variety of accessories is also available. That's Custom Electronics, 238 Exchange Street, Chicopee. Central Oil Company of Chicopee delivers oil whenever you need it, automatically. But there's much more to Central Oil. Did you know Central Oil provides 24-hour burner service by licensed technicians? Did you know Central Oil will install and service all heating systems? Did you know Central Oil is state authorized to service all fuel assistance programs? For heating oil, service, installation, fuel assistance, get to know Central Oil Company, 9 Canal Street, Chicopee.
As previously announced, joining us was Michael Thompson, but due to his extensive duties here in the booth, he just lit a cigar. Joining us is going to be Mike Labrie, who I said, what does he know about soccer? Of course, Mike is the varsity basketball coach for many years at Chicopee High School and did play soccer for that other school across town, right, Mike?
Coach Davis, that's right.
Yeah, you do remember Coach Davis, and
Absolutely.
Astonishingly, he's still here, like so many of us.
Great to see it.
Yeah. He off to a good start with a 2-0 record. Of course, Chicopee fell to Holyoke this past week after an upset over Cathedral, but certainly both teams off to a good start. And we're about ready to go. Referees are Tony Pio and Alex Gonsalves. Coach Davis is already conferring with the officials.
He doesn't waste too much time.
Yeah, he gets right down to business. There must be something wrong.
You know, you were talking about the fact that Chicopee is bouncing back after a loss to Holyoke. It must have been such an emotional letdown after defeating Cathedral with a big upset. And today's a key game for them, as well as Comp.
There's no doubt about it. Danny Lapierre got the goal and literally shocked and we're underway. One of the things, Michael, about broadcasting soccer, especially in the early action, we've found that the hardest thing, and I confess to this, and you were just saying as Mike came on, he said, well, I don't really know the numbers. Well, we're all in the same boat for the beginning, and usually as the game goes on, we're able to identify the players, not so much by their number, but by how they look on the field. And right now the play is in the middle of the field, and breaking for Chicopee Comp is number 18, Scott Bodwin, and Jeremy Menard is the Chicopee goaltender. He's a sophomore.
And number 17 there to break up the play was Dave Piquette, a sophomore returning starter for the Pacers.
It's Dan Shagnon, who we're going to be calling number 7 a good deal. Tony Stepno trying to bring it, and that's Matt Gilpatrick is number 16. Number 3 is Wajda for Chicopee. And number 15 in the middle of the field, the red-haired gentleman, is Jamie Kaselinas, who has to be the leader of this Pacer team. He's a senior.
He looks like he's playing a stopper position in the back in front of Piquette. Piquette seems to be the sweeper. And Comp seems to be starting out with three-man offensive front, 4 halfbacks, and a 4 fullback formation.
That's number 10, Jay Mastriakis, who is another Comp senior and one of their better players.
There's a misplay by Chicopee on the throw-in. Went out of bounds off number 10, Craig Canavan, who also is a sophomore for the Pacers.
Pacers have quite a number of, well, they've got a nice mixture. They've got some seniors and sophomores.
Not only did you catch me off guard here as I entered the booth, but I don't have my glasses, which I forgot in the car, but we'll try to...
Michael, we appreciate it. Your buddy over there has got his cigar
I
out.
owe him one for this one.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Uh-oh. There's a cross. Just got, Gilpatrick looked like he just got under that one a little bit. That is Gilpatrick,
Right,
isn't it?
number 16 is Matt Gilpatrick.
Seemed like he didn't get the top half of his body over the ball. A little bit too anxious maybe in the early going.
With, Hustle. I'll say that cigar smells nice, though, you know. And,
refreshing.
Yeah. Now, there's no doubt that upsetting Cathedral, I know when my sons played for Chicopee, the Cathedral was always a team they wanted to beat, perhaps even more than comprehensive, if that's especially, and to defeat them early on, and it had to be a real lift. But Holyoke is not to take away from Holyoke. Obviously, Holyoke has a much improved program in recent years.
Yeah.
And
in fact, Comp
beat them
2-0. It was a good game, and if you go by comparative scores here today, you think that the Colts would have the advantage. However, because of that emotional letdown, I think you're going to find a much closer game than.
Plus, these, you know, the guys out here have all been playing together in the junior leagues. They all know each other. Right. It's a big game for the kids, and you could see as they were all shaking hands as they ran out to the middle of the field, they all know each other personally. You know,
it's become a friendly rivalry as far as I'm concerned in all the sports.
Even
across
in
the city.
Basketball.
It's really nice. Coaches at Comp treat it that way. Alec Weiss and Dan Dolcinos and Bill Davis, and it's really not a grudge like some years ago it was, because they go to Bellamy together, they play with each other, and they get to know each other. 1975, we played the first game here under the lights at Zott against Chicopee. For you history buffs, Mr.
Yes,
Zadrzik.
very good, Mr. Labrie. Well, that's after I said, what does he know about soccer, you know?
Nice holding him. Come on, Tony.
Yeah, he's got a good feel out there, Piquette.
Come on, go in after it.
Number 11 for Chicopee, Jeff Cardino, one of the better players, from what I understand, seems to be all over the place. There's a player down for Comp.
It's like flurries, you know. I remember a game in Westfield at night up on the field up by Berkshire Industries. Right. Oh my God! In the woods up there, it must have been sub-zero. Here we go, Colts. Number 18 for Chicopee is Paul Langevin.
That's it, Paul.
That was a long and direct kick by Dan Shagnon. I remember doing a game 2 years ago at Brooks with Mike Thompson.
Sort out your marks.
He was one of the better players back then. Now, as a returning senior, seems to be the leader out there.
Well, he's got to be one of the outstanding players in Western Mass. He's definitely college material, size-wise especially. He's a big fella. And he's got great speed. And he's been the leader in the first 2 games. When they need him, Bill Davis, brings him up front and puts him on the attack when they need a goal.
Coach Davis likes to move his players around depending on the situation, which it keeps the other team guessing as well.
Well, he has a tremendous foot. He kicks the ball last year when we did the game. He kicks the ball nearly the length of the field.
Here's Pereira. He goes about 40 yards downfield to the wing. That's the first time he's touched the ball from the free kick area. There's a throw-in for Chicopee. It looked like a illegal throw right there, Steve.
Sure did.
He pushed it. Good move. Held on to the ball a little bit too long.
There's a... Ooh. Is that Dillard with the shot?
Yeah, it looked like...
is it Mike Dillard?
Brent Dillard. Looked like Brent Dillard took the ball away from that crowd and almost got it into the upper right corner. Good quick shot. Caught Comp by surprise. Ball went out of bounds on the end line. Comp has an indirect kick from the goal box area. It's a good foot by Shagnon, almost to midfield. Nice head on the play by the Comp player, Jay Masteraki.
Nice job, Dave.
Comp looks aggressive again tonight, as they are every year. They really like to win possession of the ball, Steve. Every year you'll see that.
Well, I imagine since the days you played, Coach hasn't changed his style much.
There's a little inadvertent trip by Shagnon. Chicopee to gain possession.
Number 7 for Chicopee is Libera.
Yeah, now Piquet will take over on the
kick.
On the kick. The game has changed, in the last 15 years or so. Ooh, nice kick by
Wow.
Piquet.
Shagnon picks it up.
Shagnon just got it out of there. Let's see what kind of throw-in Chicopee has from the sideline, if there's any set play or anything. They'll just get it in, it looks like, yeah. That's booted out of there. The game has changed. I was saying that you'll see more, the team spread out a little bit more and see less kick and run as opposed to what we've just seen the last 25 seconds or so. And Chicopee's always like to play more of a control game because their coach has learned that way and played at Springfield College.
In front. Gilpatrick breaks it up for the Colts. And here.
Nice and easy ball, that's it.
Nice cross that time. Broken up nicely by Gilpatrick. Here's Gilpatrick. Little action from one end to the other. That last time, Craig Canavan made a nice cross into the middle, just broken up by Gilpatrick, and we came all the way down.
Claudino kicked it out for.
Come on, Danny, force the ball. Don't step!
Patrick out to Banville. Back to Gilpatrick. Mastriakis. Across to Croto.
I'm trying to change fields. The ball's been on the left side of the field for some time now.
Get in front of him! Come on, Danny!
Banville coming fast.
Hold it
Out
up!
of there by Paul Landry.
Go after! Yeah, pressure him. Pressure him!
15 is Provost for the Colts.
Come on, pick it up!
Number 10 in the middle of the field.
Mastriakis.
Shagnon back in the sweeping position. Kicks it back to the goalie, Jan
Great
Ferrer.
work, Jeffrey!
Ferrer almost looked for a quick out for number 21, Jeremy Banville, but decided to give it a boot. Again, about midfield. A real good kick that time, about 60 yards.
Go for wash.
Comp up front keeps it alive. Joel Risley.
We got 10 minutes of play and one shot on goal, really, by the Pacers, by the Colts. That's about it.
Yeah,
Otherwise-
that's about it.
Stop!
Couple threats on both sides. The goalies are slowly getting involved. Number 14 into the game for Chicopee High School, Gary Jenner. He's replacing number 3, Chris Whita.
Play aggressively, Crum.
Piquet's got a good, strong right foot. Midfield. Comp trying to break it up.
Get some water, Danny.
Soccer's a 40-minute half.
Come on,
We played 1/4 of that 40-minute half. 14 for the Colts is Joel Risley in the middle.
Joe Green. Joe Green. Wide! Come on!
Banville to Risley.
Looks like a charge right there. Steve's going the other way.
Paul Langevin, that's great work.
You get another free kick. Neither team seems to really be getting any succession of passes going. 1 or 2 passes at most, and possession has been changing every time. No one's really been able to control the middle of the field. Yeah, Comp right fullback held him down that time.
Yeah,
I think he called the trip.
Let's see the water.
Referees today, Mike? Gonzalez and Pio. Sounds like they're from Ludlow. Two neutral guys,
Two
yeah.
true neutrals, right? Oops.
Yeah, here's your water.
We played golf the other day with Tony Pio, and he was really looking forward to doing this game.
You gotta walk a piece of it. Yeah, you gotta walk a piece of it. Get racked, you get racked.
Well,
Okay.
a golden opportunity that time for Jamie Castellanos. But right on, goalie Dan Pereira, who gets his first.
It looked like Castellanos was trying to get rid of the ball a little too quickly that time, Steve. He didn't take a look at where the goalkeeper was positioned, and he probably didn't realize he had enough time to take a look.
He had a lot of net, didn't he, Michael?
He sure did. The whole
boy.
right side looked open, but he didn't get a chance to take a look at it.
Chicopee putting a flurry on here. And as Mike Labrie pointed out, no one has taken charge. Castellanos, the kind of player who can do that, though. And it's out.
Yeah, a lot of kicking going on right now, just breaking it up.
Langevin. Shagnon picks it up. Dan Shagnon to Adam Damaris. Here come the Colts.
There's a nice pass. Yeah, nice. Another nice pass
Into
to the right wing.
Grizzly wide.
That was a nice little flurry by Comp that time. A nice pass from Shagnon into Damaris, back to Shagnon, and then over to the right wing, Risley. And he almost got a nice shot off at that time. In fact, it went off. Chicopee will have a corner kick situation. They've got a
Substitution going in, number 2 for the Colts. We don't have on, oh yes we do, Wayne Goyette. Sorry, Wayne.
Shagnon got his head on it. Now see, that's a perfect example we were talking about before, Steve. Shagnon, the sweeper, went up there and got his head on the corner kick.
Yeah.
So just a little bit out of position, which really helps out because he looks like the tallest guy out there and probably the one of the
And one of the
athletes.
quicker, for a man his size, he's quick.
He gets a lot of head balls. Brought in.
Well,
that's
he's
it.
been playing, as you pointed out, for Bill Davis since he was a freshman. And playing almost as a freshman, he was a starter, pretty much a starter. So he,
Nice flick. Nice possession this time for Chicopee on the run. Well, good idea that time by Chicopee's number 14, Gary Gendron. But he thought the right wing was going to go on the inside, and looked like the right wing number 9,
Krygowski.
Scott Krygowski, chose to go outside, and that's why the play wasn't completed. A little physical.
Yes, Risley for the Colts.
I thought he called a throw-in off Comp. Yeah. No penalty on the play.
Croto is number 17. Risley is 14 for the Colts, and 12 is Damaris. Number 7 for Chicopee is Libera.
That's off Comp. Canavan will throw it in.
Libera. I got to get that right.
Libera.
Libera, right. Castellanos. We'll be all over the field today, that's for sure.
Nice lead pass. A little bit too far inside. Piquet able to break it up back to the goalie, Menard.
Menard has it.
Nice pass by, I think, number 10, Jay Mastarakis.
Mastarakis.
Mastarakis, I'm sorry.
He's a good
Jay.
player. Good player. Good athlete. There's Shagnon.
Oh, they're going to call a dangerous play. No, it looks like a high foot.
Actually, the Colts came up with the ball
Yeah.
on the play, even in spite of the high foot. But Dan Shagnon will put it down the field.
Sometimes they'll call it on the guy going down with his head as being a dangerous play. I think that was a proper call in this situation because it didn't look like Shagnon went too far down.
Provost. Green is in for Chicopee, number 19. He's a senior, Joe Green.
Nobody there. No one was moving that time for
nobody
Green.
moving.
That was a nice throw in. Canavan thought someone was behind him. That's Claudino pumping it into the corner to the right wing.
Banville clears it out.
Good break up by Danville. Got away with a little push there. Strong.
Langevin, strong player.
Strong
He's
player.
there. He's got an opportunity. Paul Langevin. Oh, up and over.
Nice play for Chicopee that time from Libera.
Right.
From Libera over to
Langevin.
Langevin. And Langevin trapped the ball in midair and was able to control it, but just got a little bit under it.
Exciting. Actually, if you were going to, you know, I know it doesn't count, but in soccer, Chicopee's had the more exciting opportunities for certain. But I've seen enough soccer games, and you fellas played in them, to know that that doesn't always work that way, though.
Oh, jeez.
Bouncing shot off the side of somebody's foot goes into the net.
I was on a team at Assumption College when we played Brandeis, and they were national champs that year. We beat them 3-2, and I think they outshot us 25 to 4.
Yeah.
And I think we won 3-2. So you never really know sometimes. Good workout here today.
Yeah. Boy, I would think there's going to be a few pounds. These guys are going to have a good meal tonight when they get home.
That's for sure. They did train in this heat though in the first couple weeks of
Went right.
tryouts. It was hot like this every day, if you recall. And I'm sure both teams are in great shape.
Well, Bill Davis, you know your old coach. He was a little unhappy with the condition of his club, but they opened with 2 victories, so I guess. But kids today are usually, are in shape.
Yep. Especially in this game, you have to be.
This is. As they say, there's no standing around. It seems you are, but not really.
Not really.
You're moving all the time.
Yeah, everyone's got to be anticipating for the next
Right.
pass. The 2 passes away, they got to be thinking about. And
Of course, the world's most popular game is basketball, right, Coach?
absolutely.
There it is. Ooh.
Oh, yeah, Chicopee had some trouble setting up the position of the wall, and Jeremy Menard is trying to straighten that situation out right
Jay
now.
Mastriakis hooked it just a tad. Just a tad.
Yeah, and that was a direct kick, so if it goes in without touching anybody, it would be a goal. If it's an indirect kick, someone else has to touch it before it goes into the net.
Right.
And that's why Chicopee set up the wall with only 3 people, but they took a little while getting it set up.
Sometimes a little mental error like that can be just enough to cost you a ball. And Danny Shagnon in midair,
That's a territorial change.
he can do it.
Yep. And Chicopee Comp gets the throw in.
Goyette will throw it in, number 2.
Coming on 20 minutes.
We're halfway through the first half. Langevin, who's got a strong foot. Jeremy Banville tried to keep it in, but he couldn't. Well, it has changed since America will be competing in the World Cup. And my son was telling me, my son Mark saw them play down at High Point, North Carolina this week. And very disappointed they only played their subs.
Oh, is that
It was
right?
one of these. They beat Jamaica, though, 1-0. Thought it was a good game. And the interesting thing, there was a big crowd. Danny Pereira with the save on.
Number 12 kicked it from the left wing, Lapierre. And
He's the fellow who got the goal against Cathedral.
freshman.
He's a freshman.
And Libera almost got the bobble after Pereira didn't handle it on the first shot.
Damaris and Shagnon, both seniors. Here comes Danny. Whoops, tangled up nicely by number 10, Craig Claudino. Craig Canavan.
Yeah, a little trouble getting control that time. Oh, there's a push.
Got it. No, he did not.
he called
got him. He got him.
A little late whistle, but Mr. Pio right on the call.
Libera went down as Mastriakis shoved him, and they got the call.
These guys are college officials.
Yeah, they are. They're letting them play a little bit, which is kind of good right now because nothing's really flagrant. And I think it's just a good, hard-fought game so far. And like Coach Thompson over here said, both of these officials referee a lot of college games, and they seem to be under control. Nice move. Nice move. A little too aggressive on the defense.
Ooh, shot by number 12. Shagnon to put it in play. That was a little short for him.
A little short, but he was looking for someone that time, and he found Adam Damaris open, and he went to hit him. That's what you have to do when you're hitting those goal kicks and the goalie kicks. You have to look for people to try to keep possession of the ball. Just battling it down here is not too advantageous if the other team's going to kick it back.
Danny Shagnon's going to kick it.
Good choice.
Damaris right, and Banville back there with him.
Now Kampf's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys up front here. Let's have a set play on. He's going to turn on it. Nice turn. Just didn't quite get enough on it. I thought it hit a Chicopee player on the way through, but apparently not.
That was number 2, Wayne Goyette.
Good play by Goyette.
And number 18 coming in for the replacing number 4 coming out for the Colts.
18 is Scott Bodwin.
Scott Baldwin coming back in.
There's Landry, a nice pass. He's got some good control on his passes. Inadvertent handball let go that time. Good call. Kampf trying to reverse fields.
There's Lapierre.
Good battle.
Wow. Whoa! That kid is a freshman. I can't believe it.
Unbelievable shot.
Well, it wasn't too exciting until just now. This young man, I was just about to say, he certainly doesn't. He's certainly got a lot of poise for a freshman.
Oh, he sure does. The ball came in from midfield from Rivero and went in towards Dillard and Lapierre. Lapierre won the battle between the Kampf guys and himself on the wing and put it through. Unbelievable.
Pretty shot from freshman Danny Lapierre. And Chicopee up 1-0 over the Colts.
And the thing was in that shot is that nobody was on the right side. The right wing was out of position a little bit, and it had to go in. Otherwise, he didn't have a play, and that's why he didn't cross it, I suppose. But great shot. I thought Pereira did a nice job cutting the angle down too.
Good play, good no fault.
Ooh, yeah. Nice play by Chicopee.
Langevin, number 18.
Right fullback.
Number 7 is, is that number 7, Ribera?
Yeah.
No, that's number 11, Jeff Claudino. Well, Chicopee's got to be fired up, Mike. As you said, on paper, it appeared, since they had a common opponent and Kampf beat Holyoke, that it would give Kampf something of an advantage, but that's been taken care of with Danny Lapierre's outstanding shot.
Right.
Giving up on the ball before it gets there. Get back in there. Don't give up. Don't do what he's doing. That's crap.
Number 3 back in for Chicopee.
You're pressuring him.
Nice play by Shai. He had an elbow up, and he just called the charge in that play. It was up inadvertently, it looked like, but he has quite a height advantage on
Over a little Chris Wajda, yeah.
Right, and he almost ran over him, so I think they had to call something there. Tony Stepno is being escorted off the field. Looks like he hurt his ankle on the sideline.
That was the fellow who was injured in the early minutes,
Right.
remember?
Right.
It doesn't look like he's going to be back.
Looks doubtful.
Yeah. Part of the crowd getting into the action.
Back to base, Robbie!
It's great to see a trainer, an EMT at every game. It's too bad it doesn't happen in every sport, but they're here at the football games and at the soccer games. I think it should be required in every sport. That's it for my statements.
That's all right. I mean, I think you've got a point. It's certainly in football, they're kept awfully busy.
Yeah.
And maybe a little bit in soccer, but I know we've done some football games where one night, particularly at Kampf, we were playing Holyoke, and the ambulance came 3 times. I mean, that was a tough night for the whole, and it was all all purple that was taken out, which was a tough night for them. I think they lost, their season ended right there on a Friday night at Comp.
Wow.
And
It's a
all
good kick by Menard.
knee and, all knee injuries.
Yeah, I was watching a football game last night, and they made it, or yesterday afternoon, they made a good point that those knee sockets aren't made to go sideways, and unfortunately, that's where you get hit most of the time.
Chicopee down in the Comp end, across, Perra has to make the save. Number 12 with the crossing shot. Again, you know who,
Yeah.
Dan Lapierre.
Lapierre. Nice cross that time. Right wing number 3 for Chicopee was cutting in. Chris White, but Dillard got caught up a little bit and wasn't with the sweeper. He got caught back a little bit from the last pass. What you have to try to do as a point, a striker in that situation, is try to get up right with the sweeper for the cross.
Colts looking awfully flat right now as Chicopee on the attack. Banville battling Dillard. Claudino coming across. Dillard goes down the side, and Shagnon knocks it out.
Now Dillard is one of Coach Thompson's golfers, as I recall.
Pretty good golfer, isn't he?
Left-hander.
Good cross by Dillard that time. And
Charge after.
they called the charge after Dillard crossed the ball. The charge is called on Shagnon. It appears to be outside of the box. Charge is indirect anyway, isn't it? No, it depends, right? Just outside the box, it looks like, Steve. The lines are tough to make out tonight.
They apparently did something on the field. They've been having some problems here with, I don't know, with what bugs or whatever, but they've been trying to treat the field. So I think maybe that's what they did, and you can see the lines from the.
Right.
Oh, ooh. Hard shot across. Langevin picks it up.
A little bit too hard, not high enough.
Dillard again in the corner.
There's a nice cross.
Danny
Great cross.
Pereira has been kept busy.
Pereira got caught inside that time and anticipated the cross to be a little bit short and went over his head. Physical here on the ball.
That's Matt Gilpatrick.
Yeah.
Mastrakis across. Langevin picks it up. He's played a good game so far.
Yeah, he sure has. That time I thought he should have gone back to Piquet, but he didn't know what was behind him, so he took the safe play back to Menard. Now Piquet has the ball.
Good foot. Here goes Dillard and Lapierre.
Oh, they didn't call
handball. They didn't call it. Now is that kind of a prerogative of the official? Whether it was inadvertent or.
Yeah, basically I think that's the rule. If it's inadvertent, and
That
it
one
doesn't,
looked
and it
pretty
doesn't.
inadvertent, really.
Right, and it doesn't work to your advantage. In other words, if you gain an advantage by hitting with your hand, they'll call it also.
Banville's working Dillard over pretty good, but he can handle it.
Yep.
Comp disorganized
10 minutes to go in the half.
in the first half, and Lapierre at 16:25 did the damage from Miguel Ribeiro. And as I said, I wish we had instant replay for that one. Picture perfect shot.
You don't
Pereira
have
didn't
instant
a chance.
replay?
No, we don't. I know we did it for football, and I've already heard it from the soccer people at Comprehensive. How come no instant replay?
Nice pass by Masterakis that time.
Ooh.
Broken up by Chicopee Langevin.
Langevin is playing a yeoman game. Banville right back. Mastriakis.
There's a nice lead pass for the right winger. He's got it. He's got it. He's got it.
Number 14, Risley.
From number 11, Bob Kazmarzik. Now Kazmarzik made that all possible, and Risley took the full advantage of the loose ball out front. A great shot, a great effort by number 11, keeping the ball alive all the way through, and a great cross.
I would have given Bobby something on that since he brought it in, kicked it in, kept it in, and I'm sure he doesn't care. Well, the score is tied. Great play, and we're back dead even with 8:53 to go in this game. And let's see if Chicopee can get the steam back up. Royette across. Fitzmarsik and Risley up front. along with Scott Bodwin. Adam Damaris.
Oh, I agree, yeah. Chicopee Comp seems to be pumped up after that goal. In fact, right before the goal, they started being very aggressive in the midfield area, controlling possession of the midfield, thus resulting in that goal. And right now, it looks like they're pumped up a little bit, and Chicopee looks a little flat.
Well, as we were saying, it's very, very warm. And 32 minutes of hustling.
That's right. It's going to be important now in the final 8 minutes of the half to see who has the momentum going into halftime. That could really control the second half.
We are at Zott Park, Steve Jędrzejczyk and Mike Labrie along with Mike Thompson in a tie soccer game. And as we always say about this time, if you're check your schedule. Schedules are available from both high schools, and get out and watch a high school sporting event this week. The price is nominal, and of course, as we all know, with the state of the current state economy, that money will come in handy to keep the sports program running. But it'll also give you 2 hours or 3 hours of pretty solid entertainment, watching the kids who work all week and do an outstanding job. And so far, we've seen a great game, guys.
Super game. Super game.
Adam Damaris slips it through, but doesn't get through as Jeff Claudino, who's quietly playing a fine game for Chicopee, picks it up.
And this is a nice time to have a game, 6 o'clock at night.
As the parents get a chance to get here.
Yeah, and it's not too late. And I think most of the home games are about this time, both at Comp and here.
Yeah. Langevin.
It looks like a corner kick from here. It looks like it went on in the corner. That's what the referee indicated. And Eagle Eye Thompson also has that as a corner kick. So we have 3 referees here.
All right.
This evening.
No, I'm not reffing. No. It's the two
No,
guys on
two
the
guys
field
on the field and Mike Thompson.
Right.
Chicopee's got a guy guarding the front post, back post, and the goalie is calling the directions. Another corner kick.
Claudino.
Yeah, that was a dangerous cross by Comp that time. Good place for it. Number 11, it looks like.
Mastriakis putting it in.
A little deeper that time. Comp's got a height advantage, looks like, Steve.
I think they do, yeah. Especially with Shagnon. There it is.
It hit the upper bar.
And that immediately, the football bar, right, gentlemen?
Football bar. Yep. That's the one the Patriots have been missing.
The Patriots, gracious. Oh, it's hard being a loyal fan.
Who were you today? Who were you today? Better bring me an excuse, no.
Good touch. Nice anticipation by Langevin. Also a good pass to the right wing.
Lapierre. Banville on the run.
Nice,
Lapierre, what a move.
Oh,
Clears it across for
cross.
Dillard. Too far.
a little bit too far, and Brent got good try by Brent Dillard that time too, but
This
he
young
got caught outside.
This young fella is one soccer player. He is cool. Mr. Banville has discovered that twice today. As he's been going one direction, and Mr. Lapierre has been going the other way.
Dave lost control a little bit of the footing and tried to keep it alive. He's got those long legs though, huh?
Yeah.
Doesn't he? Look at that. Good effort by Dave Piquette. Good hustle again by Dillard. Good hustle here by the comp player on the outside. Nice play.
Boyette, down it comes. Castellanes picks it up.
Lost control, lost it out of bounds. You know, Comp usually has a guy that can throw it in to the goal mouth from that area. It doesn't appear that they have that weapon this year. Every year, Coach Davis tries to
Find someone who can do it. Yeah.
Little push here by Scott Bodwin, but that really doesn't hurt Comp there in this end of the field. You don't mind being aggressive going through the ball.
Hurts when it's on the defensive end.
Right. Especially inside the
box.
The goal area.
It's been known to happen. Ooh. Shagnon, Banville, Claudino.
You know, the only thing no one's anticipating the next pass. They're kind of standing still, letting the guy with the ball do a little bit too much. And right now, that's why they're not making a lot of successive passes. They're not anticipating and moving away from the ball.
A little clinic there by Jeff Claudino. But again, as you pointed out, they're not
The guy with the ball is having to do too much work, and the guys on the other side of the field aren't anticipating where that next pass or the pass after that is going to be.
We have 3 minutes and 29 seconds in the first half of a tie game. Goals by Danny Lapierre and Joel Risley. One each for the Colts and the Pacers. We got a tie game. On a sultry, sultry Monday night at Bill Mauger Field at Zott Park. Banville to Kaczmarzyk. Here comes Chicopee, and Dillard on the run. He's got Lapierre in the middle, wide open. Shagnon.
Still alive.
Still alive.
Nice hustle.
Nice play by Brent Dillard. Almost, he had Danny Lapierre flying down the middle.
Yep. And Comp got that key pass out of the area. Chicopee was caught back a little bit and failed to keep the ball in play.
Broken up by Miguel Ribeiro. But here's Risley. Menard with the save.
Yeah, good turn on the ball that time. That's the play that you practice every day with your back to the goal. But Risley was just a little bit too far out that time and couldn't get enough mustard on it.
Goyette coming, trying to get it. Looks got Risley. Goes across for Croto. Here's Croto.
It turned out to be a nice play.
Whoa! Oh, and number 18, Scott Bodwin, had an opportunity as Greg Croto fired it across.
Croto crossed the ball, and it was let through by Risley, I believe, who let the ball through to Croto, and Croto made the nice cross, and number 18 just missed it.
And we have had an exciting first half with our pinch-hitting color man, Mike LeBrue, has done an outstanding job. ESPN may be listening, Michael, you never know.
Minute and a half to go here in the first half.
Well,
and
Paul
it's been
Langevin, and you got to find out at halftime who number 4 is for comprehensive. I should know that fella since I teach at comp, but I can't quite place him. Never fails. We always have one missing phantom player. We will find out who number 4 is at halftime. It's probably someone who has
probably in your history class.
No, thanks a lot, Michael.
1 minute till halftime.
I know it's been my 30th year, but
there's comp with the same formation. 7 guys up front that time trying to flood the zone.
Goyette misfires, and it goes out.
I think they're trying to set up one-on-one situations on that indirect play, and they've been unable to take advantage of it at this juncture.
Castellanos. 20 seconds left. Wow, whoa. Always dangerous, and the goaltender, Danny Pereira, has to come flying out of there. Number 14 for Chicopee was Gary
10,
Gendron.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Halftime.
Halftime, we have a tie game at Bill Mauger Field. The Pacers and the Colts. We'll be back with second half action, so stay with us on Chicopee Schools Community Television.
It all starts with a set of plans and your dream. Remodel, expand, update, add a patio, a pool, a cozy fireplace. Visit Aldenville Credit Union for an easy and simple home improvement loan. We have a quick application and you have a quick answer. We're making affordable loans to help people do all sorts of home improvements. And even if you'd just like to know what options are available, we're ready to talk. We're Aldenville Credit Union. Small, safe, secure.
Arby's roast beef sandwiches, warm, tasty, and fast. Where can you get one? In most of the places you're likely to be when the urge hits. In Chicopee on the First Memorial Drive Rotary. In Holyoke, in the Holyoke Mall at Ingleside. 2 locations in Springfield, in the Eastfield Mall and at 1387 Boston Road. And in West Springfield at 644 Riverdale Road. Arby's roast beef, what you want, when you want it, throughout Western Mass.
We are gathered here today This man is not a doctor and he's not a lawyer, but he takes his job just as seriously. He's a Greater Media cable technician. Servicing your cable system is always his top priority. So when there's trouble, no matter where he is, his commitment to you is clear on every channel. Greater Media Cable, we're here for you.
We are back in the middle of the field. Joel Risley and the ball and a tie game. At the end, it's you know, to be fair, along with us here is Mike Labrie and Mike Thompson. Mike, it was Chicopee at the midpoint of the first half seemed to have gotten a lot of momentum with a great goal from Danny Lapierre, and but again the end was all comprehensive as they seemed to take charge of the last 5 or 6 minutes of the game. They tied it up at 1 apiece on Joel Risley's goal, and we have a tie game.
Yeah, they seem to pick it up a notch right before Risley's goal and continued on through for the rest of the half. And consequently, I feel it's been just about an even half from this perspective. I think that Chicopee would get a few more opportunities if they brought their back line up a little bit more and kept the ball active on their end of it, because Comp is winning the midfield area, and I think that's one of the reasons. So
you think maybe they're playing a little too defensively?
Yeah, they're staying back a little bit too much when they have the ball. I don't know if they're playing defensively minded or they're just not bringing it up to half field. But I think
they're as you were saying that during the break, their front line is certainly playing up to expectations very well.
Yeah, they sure are. But I think the key to this game is who's going to win the battle in the midfield area, and we'll see what happens early in the second half.
Kind of a low-key coach in Bob Galarno, and Mr. Davis, of course, has been known to get a little nervous on the other side, but he's
mellowed out over the years.
Yeah. Well, it's age that does that.
Is that
I
right?
can say that.
I'm waiting still.
Being an old-timer, you young fellas.
I played with Bobby for about 4 or 5 years in the adult leagues, and it's one thing that you have to teach, I think, when you're coaching is play hard, and if they can play hard consistently, you've got to be happy with that.
And as you pointed out earlier, and Comp has something of a height advantage, a size advantage, but in soccer that's kind of a...
Well, in a kick and run game, it makes a bigger difference if the ball's in the air.
Colts tend to play a little on the kick and run side.
Both teams are a little bit tonight, in fact, really, and which would...
You're right.
Which would tend to lead one to believe that Comp would have an advantage if the ball stays in the air because of the size advantage.
Oh.
We're at dusk right now, and it's even more difficult to try to pick up the
lines are, and the numbers as well. We're getting a glare off of our plexiglass here. At the Colts down in the Chicopee end.
There's a good throw, but again, Steve, nobody moving on offense for the throw-in.
And that was Comp this time.
Right. Yeah. It's.
Of course, again,
it's hot.
It's hot, and it could have maybe taken its toll.
I saw both teams after the first half look like they needed a break. They walked off the court, They walked off the field and gathered with themselves and got their much-needed Gatorade or whatnot.
Wajda, Provost with the stop. Offside.
Offside number 12 for Chicopee, Dan LaPierre. We'll let him get away with that offside, says Bob Galarno, as long as he scores another goal.
Yeah.
Offside's another good chance situation. I mean, if that's the only way you're gonna get the ball, you might as well give it a shot. Hope the referee's not looking.
Right. Games have been won on plays like that. Menard with the stop.
And it's difficult for the officials to catch all the offsides when they're working a two-man game. In college, I believe that they work a three-man game, and it's a lot easier for the officials to catch all the penalties, including the offside calls.
Mastriakis. Shagnon flags it down. And brings it up. Shagnon. Croto couldn't keep it in. Greg Croto.
Yeah, good move that time. Croto faked going in and ended up going outside. Just let it go a little bit too far. Same thing with Shagnon. Faked back to the goalie and kept it alive on the outside. Throw in for Chicopee.
Dillard bringing it in.
That'll be a goal kick for Comp. Let's see if we can get some movement now.
Substitution.
Coming in number 2. Go ahead. Replacing Greg Croto comes out.
Slow beginning to the second half here, Steve.
All right, we've gone almost 5 minutes.
And I think about 2.5 minutes of it where the ball was dead.
Vanville.
The fans certainly are into it.
Yeah. I think the two cheerleading sections are having their own battle here. The comp group against the Pacers. Nice turnout tonight. And as you pointed out, they are playing in the evenings, both schools. So check the schedule in the paper and come on out.
Unless, of course, it's on TV and you can catch it.
Well, right. But we're on later. We tape delay.
How many games do you do now?
Joe, we're going to be doing girls soccer in a couple of weeks, and we'll be doing a couple of football games. And of course, we always do your crosstown game with comp and basketball.
Only one this year. We're playing them.
Yeah, well, we'll catch that one when we do the girls.
Oh, there's a little push. Dillard got away with it that time. You can do that when you're a little guy.
Right. That's when you're behind the ref can't see you.
Chicopee has a indirect kick, and they tried to make a quick play out of it, but it's a throw-in. That's why they didn't get away with it.
That sometimes works.
Yeah.
They can get away with it. The other team doesn't get a chance to set up. There's a lot of little tricks to this game, right, fellas? And if you get lucky, it's all part of the getting just a slight advantage.
I'll tell you right now, that next goal is a big one.
I think so.
It looks like a defensive battle, and I think that the next goal could be key.
Risley, Castellinas, and it goes out. Or did it? Yes,
yeah,
it did.
Out.
Yeah. It's difficult to see the line.
Just overran it a little bit that time. Well, the 12 for Chicopee outside showing some speed there.
And that's the kid.
Yeah, Dan LaPierre.
Dan LaPierre. He's pretty good sized as well. He's only a freshman. But he has been impressive.
Sure has. He showed some speed there. Number 2 for comp stayed up right with him. You don't have number 2 here on your.
Yeah, it's Wayne Goyette.
Okay.
We don't have him. He wasn't a starter. He's a reserve. But he's seen a lot of action.
Sure has.
As we were saying, there is a problem with grubs, and we can see the brown spots on the field. But actually, the field is still pretty solid and in good shape. It's going to need some serious work in the spring, though, I would imagine.
Yeah, I guess they're going to have to treat it before the winter sets in, and then again in the spring, and I hope it's back to normal. Fantastic place to play, and to watch a game.
Well, I know most football players love playing here because the field is nice and soft.
Yeah, it sure is.
You don't get smashed up playing here.
And the new lights are. Well, there's a nice touch pass.
Banville gets it back out. Chicopee on the attack to a certain extent.
Dillard tried the touch pass to Gary Jenner on the outside, and Banville broke it up. Good effort by Chicopee and a good breakup by Comp.
Gilpatrick gets it out to Risley, picks it up, gets it across to
Nice pass.
Adam Damaris over to Goyette, who picks it up. They're looking for Kazmarczyk is on the side. Here come the Colts.
Good crossover.
Goyette across.
Nobody cut
Langevin, Kaczmarek. Nobody there. Romero.
There's an advantage for Chicopee, but it's a 2-on-3.
Number 14, Gendron. Taken out, he was looking for Lapierre coming down the middle.
There's a missed kick that time. Chicopee will get the throw in. Exciting action, back and forth, back and forth. Both teams making a couple nice runs there. Good passing now. A little bit too far ahead that time by Claudino. Broken up by the comp team.
Number 10 is putting it in play for Chicopee is Canavan.
Another sophomore.
And Shagnon gets it up. Risley across to Kazmarczyk. He's got a man up in front. Bodwin going in. Tripped up. Oh! Well, there it was. There it was.
What a nice pass and a good opportunity that time for Comp. Grizzly got under the ball a little bit, but I think that was because he got tripped up a little bit. It wasn't a flagrant fall. He let it go, and he remained in possession of the soccer ball and was able to get the shot off a little bit.
I don't know if that was Risley. Was it? Or was it number 18, Bodwin?
Bodwin, right. It was from Risley to Bodwin. Good effort by Bodwin on that play. But his balance was off, and he just couldn't maintain his balance because he did get bumped, but he maintained possession of the ball.
Damaris, being pressured, gets it back to Shagnon. We've got 10 minutes gone in the second half of play. Proto keeps it. Vanville misfires.
Good try. Just way out front that time.
Gendron left footing it, trying to get it over to Lapierre.
Yeah, nice try. Nice try. He thought Lapierre was a little faster, that's all.
Action, as we said.
Back and forth.
Warming up. They got a little slow start, but the boys are both sides. Both teams have had threats. Bodwin having a golden opportunity against Menard down the other end and over the crossbar. Number 11,
it's been
for the Colts is Bobby Kazmarczyk, and he's played a good game. Go ahead.
It's been flurry after flurry on both ends of the field, and you see how much they're spread out right now. Neither team is getting a lot of support from the back line, and it may be intentional. It may not be, but it looks like everyone's having one chance at it and not getting that second chance when the other team knocks it out and breaks it up. And that's why you're going back and forth real quickly, because nothing happened in the middle of the field right now.
You can see it. The middle of the field is empty.
Right.
Absolutely empty.
Two subs in for Chicopee. 3. Claudino. 2.
Ricardo Palma, and Joe Green.
Palma and Green giving Watched a break. And you can see Paul Langevin, he's played a fine game for Chicopee.
Yeah, he has. The play has been away from him more so this second half than it was the first half, but first half was on his side the whole time. That's a good run by Dillard. He's got some speed, but he's caught from behind.
Still gets his shot. Menard and Danny Lapierre right there.
A nice pass again by Dillard over to Lapierre, and just a little bit too hard once again. Good teamwork that time.
Chicopee took it right back up the field. Banville, Damaris. Chicopee's got it again. Here comes Shagnon right up the middle.
Oh, there's a trip. Now he got the leg first, not the ball. If you get the ball first and then the leg, it's not a trip. So number 10 for Chicopee, replacing Paladino.
Shagnon.
See, Chicopee again brought 7 guys up to the front line.
Banville, number 21 for the Colts. He's been all over the field.
Yeah, he's a worker. He got those long legs.
Goyette. Risley on the run. And Menard has it.
One of the toughest plays to make in soccer is going back defensively and tapping it just hard enough back to the goalkeeper without the
not
player
too
intercepting
hard. Right.
and without putting it past the goalie, because I did that once.
You
where I
did?
missed the goalie and I scored for Providence College against Assumption. And that was a few years after Coach Thompson graduated from Providence. In fact,
Here comes Chicopee back up the field. Nice pass. Oh, well, golden opportunity for Canavan.
A great fade by Libera over to Canavan, Stephen. Looked like Canavan got off a shot, but not the shot exactly that he wanted. It looked like he
It
got tripped a
slipped
little
up.
bit.
Yeah, he slipped. And Danny Pereira has the save.
Yeah, big save. Comic fans excited about the save. Pereira made a nice play.
Right back come the Colts. Well, the crowd here, as I said, a good crowd tonight, is seeing an excellent game.
Yeah, Coach Galarno was arguing a little bit with the official across the way, looking for a push, and from here, I thought that he got hit from behind a little bit, but he managed to keep control and get the shot off, and I think maybe that's why there was a no-call situation, but Coach Galarno was looking for a push from behind, which would have been a penalty kick in that situation, right? So the referee's got a tough call right there. It's a tough decision to
As
make.
you pointed out, these two gentlemen are both college referees, and they tend to call it the college style. Nice, Dillard.
No one open up front.
But that was a golden opportunity for Canavan. Nice feed.
Great pass.
Maduro.
Great pass. Snuck inside the defender and just missed a golden opportunity.
Vanville. Risley. Mastriakis. He's still got it. Puts it across.
Great
in
cross.
front.
Great cross. Broken up by Jerry Menard and Dave Piquette. Tremendous
play.
play by the two sophomores. Super cross by Masterakis.
He was very patient, wasn't he? He waited.
Oh, super.
Menard will, the goaltender, will put it in play.
Piquette's got a good knack for the ball. He gets his head on a lot of balls in front of the goal. And when he doesn't, it seems like Menard is there to back him up.
Good foot,
And they
Adam
better do
Damaris.
And they better do the same this winter.
Kasmarzik. Chicopee, number 17.
Good hustle again by.
We don't have a 17, Mike. Maybe Coach Thompson knows who 17
Oh, that was
is.
Piquette.
That's Piquette for Chicopee?
Yeah.
Okay.
He made a run that time by himself and lost control of the ball near midfield. Chicopee player number 22 coming in, knocking it out of bounds. What do you got for 22, Steve?
No one. Perhaps Coach Thompson can make an ID for us.
It's Ricardo Palmer.
It's Ricardo Palmer. Thank you, Coach.
He's got to go back with that
They
one.
had him down as number 20, but he's wearing 22. Okay, that's good we settle that.
Shagnon made a wise move that time, Steve, going back to the goaltender with his.
Well, as we
Offensive
said,
play
he's
right
been
on.
playing varsity soccer for 4 years. Kaczmarzik going across with Risley.
Good no call there. Both players making contact once again. Yeah, they called a little push that time by the Chicopee player number 7, Robert Libera. I think that second time he kind of came from underneath and chopped him from behind, and the referee had the same angle we had and made the call.
Uh-oh. Shagnon with a rush, but it's broken up.
Again, nobody in the midfield area, which.
Well, here comes Chicopee.
But here comes
Palmer.
It'll be a 4-on-3, but here comes two comp kids. Look at that play by Shagnon.
Came all the way across the field.
He passed 4 guys up, coming sprinted. That's what those full court sprints will do for you, I'll tell you.
Boy, well, he can do it.
Oh, made a great play all alone, breaking up a 4-on-3 situation.
Oh my God, Banville and Castellanos, and there's gonna.
Oh! Saw the goalie coming out and pulled it to the right.
Substitution.
And that was Dillard now, number 6 on that play, who just pulled it. It was a result of that collision.
Banville and Castellanos.
Yeah. Both players, who went down?
Both of them did.
Both players went down. It was.
And then Dillard had an opportunity.
Yeah, he did.
So we have a.
Rushed it a little bit.
We are at the halfway mark of the second half. Chicopee Comp 1. Chicopee High School 1. We have a tie game. Goals by Dan Lapierre, and for the Colts, Joel Risley. Shagnon brings it up. We've got 20 minutes left of a tie game.
Pereira did a nice job coming out of the goal that time, too, to cut off Dillard's angle. And Dillard had to rush it a little bit and just pulled it to the right side.
It's like Chris Wida putting it in play, Wajda. We are at the halfway mark of the second half.
Shagnon's taking a little breather after that sprint back here.
Kilpatrick over to Kazmarzik, looking across for Kroto. Broken up by number 8, Miguel Ribeiro.
20 minutes remaining. 20 minutes.
Kroto. Danny Lapierre coming up. Kilpatrick, but Lapierre stays. Oh, he can't pick it up. Nice hustle.
Yeah, he had an opportunity that time for a 3-on-2, and he just lost it out of bounds.
Kilpatrick puts it in play for the Colts.
Good throw that time.
Risley, and out it comes. Wow.
Booted out by Piquet that time, just getting it out of there.
I think we're going to have an exciting 20 minutes, as both teams have had their opportunities in the second half, but no one's been able to crack the goal.
I wasn't sure who that went off of, but the referee was right on the play, and they called it a goal kick off the Comp offensive player.
Nice crowd, Joe.
Adam Damaris is a senior.
Nice play.
Kazmarek across. Goyette can't get to it as Wajda clears it. Dillard, Wajda, and Lapierre. It's a very young attacking line. Pereira has the goal.
Both goalies playing, I think, a great game. They're timing it very well, coming out when they should, holding their ground when they should.
Kroto and Kazmarek get a little confused.
Piquet, nice spot for that ball down the right way. Under control.
Chicopee no bench, Mike. Ladino's out.
Yeah, they're a little short-handed.
I don't know what Billy's got, but that could be the difference in the stretch play.
With this,
Yeah.
with the heat, yeah. There it is. Oh!
Just high.
Dillard to Lapierre.
Lapierre, Dillard to Lapierre on a ground pass. Lapierre again just got under it a little bit, and he wants that one back. He wants that one back.
He's a player, and he's holding his head, but that was exciting.
Wow.
Again,
Mike Thompson makes a good point here. The depth could be a factor here in the last 17 or so minutes. The couple injuries on both sides, and it's very hot, and the teams are fatigued, but they don't show it yet. Except back here.
well, Joel Risley is taking exception to that call, but 'twill do him no good.
Yeah. It's not a democracy out there.
No, it's not. No, it's not. They don't take a vote. I'm fascinated with baseball because, you know, the manager takes that long hike out to second base to have an argument, which he knows he can't win.
Yeah, but you can win the next one.
Maybe, right. That's the strategy. Huh?
It's going to be a corner kick.
Substitution.
For Comp.
Number 14. Gendron is in for Chicopee. And coming out is number 9 for the Pacers. Scott Krzyzgowski.
That time looked like Ribeiro wanted to go back to Menard. Menard was a little too close to the goal. And
Mastriakis. Nice touch. Oh! And it looks like Castellanos. It's a handball.
On Chicopee, I think.
What, will that mean a penalty kick, gentlemen?
That's a penalty kick. They're bringing Shagnon in. I didn't see it from here. I'm sure maybe on TV it was more clearer.
Well,
it looked like Menard came out and made the save, and it bounced down, and I thought Piquet was trying to clear it.
Well, Castellanos actually did the clear, but we couldn't see what happened in between, and the referee, of course, was standing right there, made the call. One of the most exciting, if not anticlimactic plays in sports, the penalty kick. And it would appear that, and now I was going to say that Shagnon was going to do it, but who is going to do it? For the Colts. It is going to be Dan Shagnon, of course.
In this instance, it may not be anticlimactic. 15 minutes to play. Either Menard comes up with a big save or Shagnon puts the Colts ahead, 2-1.
As you can see by the long shot, it's goalie Jeremy Menard against senior all-Western Mass player Dan Shagnon. And Jeremy has his work cut out for him. Shagnon's been in this situation before. Jeremy is a sophomore. I'm sure in his goalkeeping career he's been in this position, but...
No, he can't move until the ball is kicked. So both feet have to stand around until the ball is kicked. He's coming to the right side.
And it's almost a guess, isn't it, Mike?
Completely.
Yeah, it's a guess.
Completely guess.
Dan Shagnon with the penalty kick, handball in the box at 15:54.
That's a play the teams practice at least once a week, I'm sure. And I'm sure they go to Shagnon all the time.
The Chicopee comprehensive goal scored by number 7, Dan Shagnon.
Well, I suspected it would be Dan, and he's, as I said, he's done this before very successfully. He has a very strong foot. He's a Caney player. He's been playing for 4 years. All Western Mass the last 2, so.
And a great place for that one. Down low, out of the reach of Menard.
Now Chicopee has to play catch-up. How's that for a brilliant observation? And, of course, Comp can now set back and play very defensively on a very, very hot night.
Yeah, but I think you'll see him come out aggressively now with the momentum a little bit and try to shut the door on Chicopee.
Lapierre, Shagnon, Chicopee keeping it in.
Off Shagnon. Chicopee gets a throw in.
Libera.
Cleared out. Uh-oh. There's a break. There's a break. There's a shot. This will be a shot.
Number 10. Canavan.
Yeah, it just took too long that time. It was a nice touch pass by Brent Dillard. And Canavan couldn't get it off.
Just waiting too long to pull the trigger. Comp was able to blanket the play, and the assistant coaches just shaking their head on the sidelines.
Great opportunity that time. Gonna go back this time, I think. Ooh. Close.
Castellanos picks it off. Wajda. Across to Dillard. Mastriakis looking for Risley.
Big, strong player, Mastriakis.
Nice, good track performer for the Colts. Trying to think if it's the 440 or the 880, but it's one of the two.
Dillard looks for Lapierre every time, but right now I think a couple of the Pacers look real tired. They're really hustling up and down the
And they've been
field.
out there for the whole, literally the whole game.
Yeah.
Coach Thompson pointed out, a little short on the bench.
Nice pass by Dillard over to Lapierre, looking for him every single time. There's a miss kick.
Well, you don't want to jinx the young man, but he's definitely going to be a superstar at the rate he's going. He's got a lot of poise and a great foot.
Chicopee gets another throw in here, I think.
Three comp players. Damaris, Gilpatrick keeping an eye on Lapierre, and that's
Another throw in.
Kazmarzik kicking it out.
That's a charge or trip on Dave Piquette. After he mishandled it, he tried to make up for it by going through the ball. And as it turned out, Steve, I think it worked to their benefit because Comp might have had an advantage going the other way.
Gilpatrick looking for Risley. Castellanis head ball. That's Croto. Here comes Lapierre.
About 12 minutes to go, and I'll tell you, both teams appear to be in tremendous shape early on this season.
Risley across. Mastriakis trying to get a, looking for Goyette.
Substitution.
Colts Provost coming in, number 15 for Gilpatrick, and number 18 for the Colts coming in is Scott Bogan. Zot Park.
That 116 on the board is actually 11:16 remaining to play.
2-1 Colts on a penalty kick by Dan Shagnon, the only score in the second half at 15:54 after a handball was called in the box. Paul Langevin, who has played an outstanding game for the Pacers.
Comp, everyone back defensively now. Smart move.
Adam Damaris, who's played well.
What's that call, Coach? Holding.
And
Chicopee.
looking on our monitor, since the lights have gone on, we're getting a beautiful picture.
That's very nice.
Gordon and the members of the telecommunications class doing another outstanding job.
As usual.
All right. Danny Shagnon.
Comp, you'll notice, it's taking their time now on a free kick. So
Right.
It took about 30 seconds that time.
Shagnon coming up. And let's fly.
10 minutes remaining. 10 minutes.
Shagnon and Lapierre, two premier players.
Oh, there's a foul on Shagnon. Good hustle play by both him and Lapierre.
Kind of a mismatch, though, as they say, isn't it? The big guy picking on the little guy.
Nice crossing ball to the right wing.
In front.
Yeah.
Not a one, no.
They're not
All
up.
Colts in front. Fortress defense.
We had 5 comp defenders back there and no one up front for Chicopee.
Croto with the kick out.
Now's the time to mount the attack for the Pacers.
Gendron, number 7, is Libera.
Nice play there that time by who appeared to be the Maris.
Lapierre with the head ball, but Pereira has it.
The Maris prevented the corner kick by knocking it out of bounds on the sideline. Colts regained possession, and as you see, they're taking their time again.
Yes, you pointed that out. Is he? My goodness, Mr. Pereira is working in slow motion. We don't have slow-mo here.
No, but he looks it.
Yeah, look at that. He's checking his gloves.
Perfect.
There he is, yeah. And he brings it right up in the center of the field where Mastriakis over to Goyette, but picked off by Paul Langerman. Langevin. Chicopee on the attack. They're down to 8:14 here. Time running out on them. Nice throw in. Number 3, Wajda on the throw in.
No one moving.
Nobody.
Chicopee had 4 guys, but they were all on the weak side of the field that time. And on the cross by who I think was Dillard.
Was Wajda.
Right, Wajda.
Number 3, Wajda.
Pacers were caught napping on the weak side. There's a little inadvertent handball, no call.
Paquette, he's a hustler. Staying right in there.
Long legs, good
Nice
play.
play.
Tremendous
Lapierre coming in.
Ooh, there's a
And
cut.
nice pass.
Keep the cut alive.
Well, they tried. Lapierre along with number 10, Chris Canavan.
Yeah, and Libera got that shot off from the circle. Canavan was out in front of him that time, I think.
Nice play, nice pass, but
Comp clears it, and I think you might be seeing a little bit more of that now in the last 7 minutes. Comp just not worrying about possession as much as keeping the ball down the other end of the field, preventing Chicopee from mounting an attack.
Paquette.
There's another attempted clear.
Oh. As you know, in soccer, as Mike's pointed out, the clock keeps running. And of course, the clock is now the friend of Chicopee Comp.
Yeah, that's a big factor right now. And right now you can see where it's coming into play.
Provost to Risley. Chicopee's got to be on their guard right here, too. They've been on the attack for quite a while, and nice move. Here they come.
Need some help, though. They need some help. Shagnon just waiting back there.
Well, they had the right idea.
Right idea. A little bit too far.
Canavan and Lapierre, and that young fellow, the freshman's got to be tired.
Yeah, he's been running the wing.
Yeah, he that time, and he's going to give him a breather.
Probably real quick. I wouldn't be surprised.
Gary Gendron going in for Lapierre, saving for the last couple of minutes probably, but
tough right now. Chicopee's getting a lot of 2-on-3 attacks with Shagnon back there, and the odds aren't that good for them to score unless they get some help on the offensive front. And they have nothing to lose right now. They're going to have to put a little bit more offensive pressure.
Right, one more goal won't make any difference. Risley.
Both guys are holding. Who are you going to call it on?
Nobody.
Okay.
I guess that's a fair thing to do.
Yeah. Guys want to hold? Go ahead.
It's like yesterday in the ball game when Noakes threw the ball back to
Clemens.
To Clemens.
I think Clemens in the paper said that I was just going over there to tell him I didn't mean it, man.
Yeah, and he fought. Yeah.
Mr. Innocent.
Yeah. Launderville. .425 to play. Gilpatrick, nice play, but Chicopee keeps the ball. Here comes
Here
the
we go.
Pacers.
There's
They
the
got a
numbers.
break.
5-on-3 right now. There's the numbers.
Whoa!
Dillard tried the lead pass over to the left wing, putting some weight on both legs over, so it doesn't appear to be all that serious.
Coach Davis still directing his ire in the direction of the officials, but to no avail. And Joe Malone, well, has his moment right here. 3 minutes and 51 seconds worth, and Chicopee.
Malone will get some help from the guy in front of him. Shagnon is as good without having to use his hands as a goalie would be. The way he covers that area and gets his head on a lot of loose balls. And I'm sure
now,
that
of
he'll be
course,
helping
the
his
Colts
goalie
will be firing that ball out, no doubt. But here comes Chicopee on the attack, but Adam Damaris clears it out. Joel Risley.
Yeah, you see that the Comp is just trying to clear it, and Chicopee's got to step in front of that and regain possession on every single kick. Chicopee's got to get possession on every single kick. They got to step in front of the Comp player.
Each trip up the field is what, at least 30 to 40 seconds.
Well, yeah, and right now
it's more.
Yeah, there's no rush.
Adam Damaris checking the weather conditions as the clock ticks on. Now he's going to switch off with Shagnon's going to take.
Why don't you kick it? No, wait a second.
Let me. Oh, you.
Good, smart plays by Comp here. Using the clock.
Senior leadership. Castellanos, Damaris, Croto keeping it in. Each second ticking off the clock.
3 minutes now.
Croto has a whistle. That'll be a
push on Comp. Look that way, Coach. Push on Comp. Chicopee's got to pick it up a little bit now. 250. Good play there by Piquet and Menard to get things going.
Risley. He's got Kaczmarek. Nice play by Piquet again. He's played a good game. Danny Lapierre. Gilpatrick. Nice. Now he lets it go. Kaczmarek a little too far.
Offside. Offside's call that time.
We're down to 2:21. Colts leading on a penalty kick by Dan Shagnon. What has been, gentlemen, an outstanding game. A lot of excitement.
Chicopee has to win every loose ball right now, and they're not doing that. Comp is maintaining possession. And Piquet broke up a 3-on-1 opportunity for Comp that time, keeping Chicopee in the ball game. Great play. The fans show their displeasure.
Yes, yes, they're all linguists. The Chicopee Comp linguists. Gotta get the soap out, I think, sometimes at these games.
Yeah.
I have to bring my ivory. Well, as you correctly pointed out, Michael, Chicopee had to get the ball. They haven't been able to do that. They're getting a little frustrated now with a minute and a half left in this ball game.
And Coach Davis is bringing up his offensive players, bringing them back. A minute 20 to go, and Chicopee's got to step up and get something going here.
Mastriakis with the throw-in, looking for Kaczmarek. Gets it across to Risley. Castellanos. Menard has it. But again, that clock, a minute left in this game. Chicopee has not, in the 3 minutes that Joe Malone has been in.
1 minute remaining.
No, they have not gotten across the mid, and there's a whistle. Now they'll go back. They haven't gotten a shot or even gotten close.
No, they haven't gotten past the 30-yard line since Malone's been in. Comp has won all loose balls.
Shagnon puts it all the way down. Goyette chasing it down. And it's out. As the clock, now the Chicopee has to hustle. They've got half a minute left in the game.
Got to get rid of it quickly here. I hope something happens in midfield. Got to get a head on it here. Nope, they let Comp get the ball, but they're going to let you break
here. Here he goes. Perhaps one more shot. Time running out. Gilpatrick and Croto break it up.
Nice play.
10 seconds.
Nice play. Breaking it up.
Set. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
We have a stoppage of the clock with about 4 seconds to play.
Right.
About 4 seconds to play. Gives Chicopee one more opportunity. Fitting, Shagnon breaks it up and ends the game. What do you thought?
Final score, 2-1. Goals for Colts by Shagnon and Risley. Lapierre got the Chicopee goal. Final score, 2-1. So Thanks for joining us. For Steve Jędrzejczyk and Mike Labrie and Mike Thompson, this is Chicopee Schools Community Television. Have a good evening.